Wow, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Merci beaucoup. Let's give one more big round of applause for the next Member of Parliament, Byron Horner. And someone who came to pay a quick visit before I came out here, Deborah Gray's in the crowd, my former boss. And my lovely wife, Jill, is with me as well. Jill, thanks very much for coming along this journey with me. Jill mentioned something to me the other day. She said, we haven't spent this much time together since we first started having kids. We've got 5 kids, by the way. And that often in the introductions gets some of the biggest reactions. And a lot of people will ask me, what's it like to have 5? 5's a lot these days. And the best way I can describe going from 4 children to 5 children, I have to say, is from a comedian, a guy named Jim Gaffigan. He put it best. He's a very funny guy. He's got 5 children as well. And the way he described it is when you go from your 4th child to your 5th child, if you want to know what that's like, just imagine yourself drowning, and then someone throws you a baby. That's how it's like coping from going from 4 to 5. So, I want to start off this evening with a piece of very good news, because I'm an optimist. Some people say I smile too much. Some people say sometimes I got to lose the dimples and I got to get a little bit angrier. But I like to focus on the positives. And a very positive piece of news I want to share with you today is we are less than 40 days from replacing Justin Trudeau's scandal-plagued government. I know every time I think of that, it puts a smile on my face. It puts a smile on my face when I think about our great candidates representing this party all across this country. This election is coming down to one important question. Who do you trust to make life more affordable so that you can get ahead? Now, we all know who's getting ahead under Justin Trudeau in Canada. It's not hardworking individuals. It's not small business owners. It's the well-connected. It's the corporate elite, people who have the PMO on speed dial, people who can get special access. That's who Justin Trudeau's working for. We've seen that. You know, in this whole SNC-Lavalin scandal that has come to light over the last few months, we've seen someone, a prime minister, who has lost the moral authority to govern. He's broken ethics laws. Broken ethics laws not once, but twice. And now he is refusing to cooperate with an RCMP inquiry into what he has done. He's refusing to allow people to testify, to explain to the RCMP what happened. He's refusing to waive cabinet confidentiality. So I'm going to make this call again today because I've been doing this since we found out, and I'll keep doing this until October 21st. Justin Trudeau needs to waive the cabinet confidences so the RCMP can get to the bottom of his corruption scandal. So that's about trust. You can't trust someone who breaks the law. You can't trust someone who breaks promises. Remember in 2015, he was at a debate and he looked the camera right in the eye and he said, I'm going to be as honest as I possibly can be. We know how honest he can be. We know how dishonest he can be. So he looked right in the eye and he said, I'm going to be as honest as I can be. I will balance the budget in 2019. Well, actually, he said that the budget would balance itself in 2019, and now we know the budgets don't balance themselves, do we? So he said he was going to balance the budget. He said he would lower taxes for the middle class. Instead, over 80% of middle-class Canadian families are paying higher taxes today than they were in 2015. And his carbon tax is raising the price of everything, from gasoline to groceries and home heating. I'm going to let Byron know I've been telling all our candidates across the country this. The very first piece of legislation that he will be asked to vote on, and I'm pretty sure I know which way you're going to vote, will be a bill called an Act to Repeal the Carbon Tax. That's job number one. We know the carbon tax doesn't do anything to fight emissions. In fact, the Liberals are keeping hidden their plans to raise the carbon tax after the election. That's always the pattern with Liberals, isn't it? You know, massive deficits for years and years, And then as soon as the election's over, when they don't need your vote, but they still need your money, they start hiking those taxes all over again. But they're trying to keep it hidden because they know it will add up to 30 cents a liter. Their increase in the carbon tax, in addition to their fuel standard, will mean you're going to pay more at the pumps. Meanwhile, large industrial emitters have negotiated themselves a special deal. They're going to get exempted of up to 90% of the carbon tax. Small business owners don't get that. Commuters don't get that. Seniors on fixed incomes don't get that. That's why we're going to replace it with a real plan to fight climate change that talks about our plan invests in technology instead of taxes. It also takes the climate change fight global, recognizing that Canadians and Canada, we have world-class technology that can help fight climate change if we share that technology and export it around the world. It also will put more money in your pocket with a green home renovation tax credit that will make things like replacing your furnace or windows or upgrading your installation eligible for a tax credit. So we're going to fight climate change while putting more money back in your pocket. And Conservatives know how important our natural heritage here is across Canada and in British Columbia as well. In fact, there's a reason why your motto is Beautiful British Columbia. I love coming to British Columbia. I prefer to come to British Columbia in January and February when it's cold in Saskatchewan. Just out of curiosity, how many people from Saskatchewan are in the room this evening? Whoa! How many people here are still Rider fans? I'm sorry, I know it's a tough year for the Lions. I am sorry. But people come to British Columbia from all over Canada, from all over the world, to enjoy our forests, the rivers you have here, our ocean coastlines. And part of our environmental plan that I am so proud of, that I'm so excited to implement as government, is to finally put an end to dumping raw sewage into our rivers, lakes, and oceans. That's a real plan for the environment. And we're going to put more money back in your pocket through a variety of measures to make life more affordable. We've already announced that we're going to cancel the carbon tax. We're going to go one step further and recognize that in Canada, heating your home in the winter is not a luxury, it's a necessity. We're going to take the GST and HST off of home energy bills. For new moms and dad who go on EI mat leave or paternity leave, parental leave, we are going to make those benefits tax-free, recognizing the sacrifice that new parents made. Today, I announced a very exciting measure, the universal tax cut. We are going to lower the lowest income bracket from 15% down to 13.75%, putting more money in your pockets by collecting less taxes for the government. For the average couple, that's going to mean $850 a year in savings, money that's left in the pockets of hardworking Canadians. Because I believe, as Conservatives do, that a dollar left in the hands of a person who earned it is always better spent than in the hands of the politician who taxed it. Alors, on va avoir un gouvernement qui vivra selon ses moyens, alors qu'on peut laisser plus d'argent dans vos poches, alors qu'on peut rendre votre vie plus abordable. Conservatives are going to run a government that lives within its means. We're going to get back to balanced budgets so that we can leave more money in your pocket because it's time for you to get ahead, everyone. And that's the choice. That's the choice this election. That's what Canadians are going to be able to choose on October 21st, where Justin Trudeau will abuse the power of his office to reward his friends and punish his critics. I will restore ethics and integrity to government and shine a light on his corruption and scandals. Where he will call small business owners tax cheats and make it harder for entrepreneurs to build a business, to create opportunities, I will respect the hard working our small and medium-sized businesses do every single day and make it easier for them to succeed. Where he will embarrass Canada on the world stage and get pushed around, I will represent Canadians and Canada with strength around the world. Where he will look a war hero in the eye and tell a veteran that he is asking for more than he can give, I will respect the service that veterans have made to this country and honor the government's obligations to them. And where he will raise your taxes, bring in massive deficits, threaten social programs because more and more of your dollar is going to pay the interest on that debt, I will lower taxes every way the government can collect it so I can leave more money in your pocket because it's time for you to get ahead. That is the choice this election, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm confident we are going to win seats all across the country. All across the country. Seats that we didn't win in 2015. Because I know so many people who come up to me and say, I'm sorry, which is a very Canadian way of saying hello. But they come up and they say, I'm sorry, I voted Liberal in 2015. And I say, it's okay, it's okay. You can make amends for that by voting Conservative in 2019. So all of us working very hard from coast to coast, all of us supporting candidates like Byron, we can and we will make sure that Justin Trudeau is a one-term Prime Minister. Thanks very much, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go get Byron elected here.